coming will be out to the show no. PGH, the time I'm in Penny Kosovo. From 4 p.m. Eastern time to 6 p.m. It's called the PGH. It's a political talk show. Mother of all talk shows. Then you remember we want to know the direction of the country. What is our next step? Where are we going? The aftermath of the 2020 presidential and parliamentary elections. What is the future of the country? What impact is it going to have? Is it threatening the democracy of the country? As the election push our democracy? Or its normal challenges? What is the current state of the country? And one thing that is also mentioned is that video inauguration here or independence or no. After the event or Parliament House and enclosed. And contradicting with the COVID protocols, you know. The people say for security reasons in Diana. Is it because of threat? Why this sudden change? And then you must share this role of play. If you must see the SC in our fashion, you know. Because go give you NDC that due process at that short time, you know. And I call respect your petitioner. And I call more I don't more concerned by no address here. Can there be a general satisfaction? But you see, as a short opportunity now one grant you money, even no man resorted to press conference upon press conference, demonstration upon demonstration. Ghana police had injunction to NDC as a political party, so it will greater Accra region. The heart and the soul of the country. NDC do me, Oma Bani for a couple of weeks, over to the public demonstration. NDC MPs so walked to the EC's office. They said that was a walk, that wasn't a demonstration. Therefore, they need not to resist. They need not to be in compliance with the Public Order Act. Now, the constant invitation by the Ghana CID. You said there was a journalist from Power FM or Ogeneba Benye. They invited him. The Minister of State has also been invited. Harry so there was speculation who invited him. Look into all this. The Bishop Mr. Kennedy is coming out with a very wild statement. Those comments from Kennedy, Honorable Kennedy Japan, and what is the CID doing? The CID inviting the NDC legal team today. I must say that will be tantamount to selective policing or security in the country.
Situation in this world. Everybody say, why
the experts for our line so and also something unique is going to happen today. Sabano Ewofia, an old-time comrade in the show back in the days. Check your route out from New Vision. And I'll join here. The good news is from every Sunday, so I believe from 12 to 2 p.m. right to 4. You will come in every morning and me details. And then you be a quack man say yeah, welcome Mr. Bano. Yeah, sharing some topics now. People say democracy can be very messy, but them say the Kosovo Ghana is very unacceptable. See, election I resorted to some individuals who lose their lives. The Chima and South. We said that the police only show concern about investigating those issues. Then individuals are almost expressing more free will, like more freedom of expression. Any invite you. A lot of people are questioning the credibility and integrity of the Ghana police. Now, when it comes back to the EC as well, a person just said the EC has actually gazetted the results. The results also doing that gazetting, yeah, that's it. It's done. It's off their hands. And I said in Ketia, I a couple of interviews on Joy News, Joy Prime precisely, and GH1. General say, yes, he had nullified that election. Look, As it stands right now, I don't think NDC has come out with any cogent claims. Obi must say NDC is only relying on this inconsistency and the incompetence of the EC normal building case, and is that even enough to overturn the outcome of the elections? This is what I always tell people, and this is what I always say. Especially, let me speak to the MPP guys today. This is assembly that one. The MPP for one say a bothersome electoral integrity. They should be on the side of NDC and fight against the EC. Because my system ni mo choose leaders forever and ever. No matter your campaign, no matter your policy, you bring it out. System will be decided, and when it happens, so it means you have subverted the democratic will of the people. But NDC also should come out clearly. Say with the presidential coalition in more than another Maui, because that's what they are trying to tell Ghanaians right now. And on the MPP side, no, MPP is also saying, no, this was a scheme, it was a plan, agenda, be a normal margin. If you say the pay grounds on my excellency John Dramani Mahama, but baby, I might cast it down to Kakra. Obi or Tia Kunya, so lose election by 1 million votes. One contest, one, you want to step it down. In the card, well, this one lose will be down. All opposition now will lose election by 500,000, then no more, also in June 2. So these are some of the issues, Baba Bishil. And there's been a very tough talk from Chemaun to me, Honorable Canadian Japan. And I want who NDC phones be more, they still believe the revolution is still possible. Yate some voice be free, cannot be vlola to buy. Honestly, I did not see so much incriminatory statements, but you know, as someone play politics out of it, and they may leave it to the public to decide. What the same, you know, my young work coming and then Mr. Bano, I be sure. Mr. Bano.
So,
you're welcome to the news channel. With him say, you ever started history, Kakra? Yes. I say started history, Kakra. Way back, you buy new vision. Okay, actually before New Vision crying, now you moving here African Beats 106.5 and New Vision came into existence. It was born out of African Beats. The New Vision in the Baby Share or through Kosovo, you see whole contribution or the buy I say the media Baby Boagan and so more diaspora. Let me see the one James break away Kakra. Kosovo find himself up here and I'm also find himself up here. One summer also but too many say, oh Jenna. I mean, that actually gave birth to DNC. Didn't mind so set DNC channel. So you 1 year somewhere July and your commission BPI you started broadcasting. Have a new group crack. Now we are also glad say also I taking the initiative is also by a boy with gospel program now. And you know your title Dear Gospel. Your flyers need BBR has been out. From next week, you know, your listeners in your some more gospel you know. Mr. Bano the Dear Gospel web. Mr. Bano, we don't can you be a craft like a background in journalism, like a background and Casano. Now you watch you also bring it on board. But even before that crowd, on behalf of your programs manager, Kosovo and other members, you know, yeah, but welcome also on board.
thank you very much.
No, you're welcome, Mr. Bano.
Over here in Ghana, New Vision, but me, I've been long with Graphic Corporation over years, and son I'm back home. And son I'm with and so they be in like politics and also around the world. And then New Vision came into being. George Lamptey invited me one day, said, "Me need a program." Actually, Ghana program on Saturdays because I realized the whole program was only not to be any biased or any sort of discrimination, but it was everything was on tree program. So and try and say other Ghanaian languages just to keep it a little balanced. Until we started doing that Saturdays, and I joined George Lamptey or New Vision, and we're doing the program. And then as we moved on, we got to a point where Kimbuama, so on weekdays, my calling into the morning show, breakfast show, and discussing politics. At one point, so Wamba, I also worked with Kosovo at the same time on the morning breakfast show. And then we started sending me world news and business news. I'm on Obapatio every Friday on our new breakfast show in Albion. Then as time went on, my wife started saying, oh yeah, program, Sunday gospel program. I got opportunity with music now. It got to a point that due to schooling, she became very busy. So I switched in addition to what I was doing Monday through Friday, breakfast show contribution, web news, and every Sunday was just left for me to do Sundays from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on New Vision Radio. Since then, I did for so many years on my own, and then until things changed, this COVID came, and somehow New Vision Radio is no longer in existence right now. It is more certain. Let me say, wow, more Kosovo, no, this thing, I think. Because people kept asking me, oh, until the radio net, at one point, everyone said the whole Ghanaian radio station sitting in area of Worcester. Until like people are really hungry for information about radio. Now they're going on to hear what is going on across the globe. Until we say, no problem. We check in, well, Kosovo, let me check the distance. Let me see, it doesn't matter. I mean, so long as the interest for the program, I don't mind coming. That brought me here today. Like we said from the beginning, to the listeners, and I want to tell New Vision Radio, and in those Sundays, what to make Sunday Best Gospel. It's now here with the DN News channel. Starting January 3rd, we're going to begin the whole year on a good note with that program. And like I keep saying, yeah, you may be going to church around the start of the year, and COVID, I'm having to make sorry. It's staying on Zoom and that kind of thing, whether you went to church or not. On Sunday 16 time from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., just tune in to the DN News channel, and you're going to be blessed with this sort of program. I mean, it's going to be full of gospel music and a lot sort of exhortations. Like I keep saying, what the music that I play, and I take pride in the lyrics of the songs, and because they're all messages. It's not just by playing, listening to gospel and whatever, but the lyrics speaks the message that it carries in. Don't be a dropout from Sunday next week, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time from Massachusetts on DN News Channel. Here I am today.
Sabano, where me busem kakra. Now say, what's now? Like what time my background kakra or what's now trauma? Why?
Graphic.
Oh, Ghana, right?
Yeah, I'm a graphic.
Oh, I see. So the same name that I use, right?
Yeah, let me use Leslie Bannon.
So basically, now like what kind of portion are now
the more? I was mostly in the production department most of the time. Recording the makeup room, and news a bar. After the director conference, then they bring the news items. Then we go ahead, and then when the editors we decide on the pages, this news will go. That's what I was doing most of the time. But once in a while, much more.
Oh, okay. I think so. I say Uber divertic a crowd. Program near can have 7 and a dark screen is on. I know says it be almost half an AB or as like all my year, Program Mr. Pano de Bray, every Sunday. Any share.
That's right.
This time around, him say corner gospel. Corner gospel. You see from 2 p.m.
to 4 p.m.
to 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, that won't be bad. That won't be bad at all. I mean, what news is it going to be? Local gospel or now?
It's going to be. We'll be back from archaeology to zoology. It's going to be a mixture of all gospel music. I used to be playing music from South Africa and then Ghanaian, and then our English gospel music. So that it's going to be all shades, so that people will enjoy it. It's not going to be only limited to one particular, but English, African, and mostly African types on the Ghana, but small dwell in the English aspect. And so,
okay.
Yeah. And then there will be contributions people can call in with the program itself, and because I give opportunity for people to come out. Look, these days, it's hard for people to come out and then testify about the good things. We've all gone through a 2020 year of really stressful period, COVID. And so, God has seen people through so many situations. And then it's an opportunity for you. You can just call in on the program and then let the whole world hear the sort of whatever God has done for you in a way. We need to really share the gospel across. It's part of the whole process.
Once more, Sabada was I mean, said was like determination. Also, I would say you started idea also the Baba boy. I mean, I think and then it's like possible. I think programs manager and so that was it. Or catch up when I'm some Sabano the program that. But I'm in politics in Bona, I've been also there because I gospel more on Sundays. It's a very perfect time because Sunday is immediately after 4 now. Yeah, another program. Yes.
Gospel, yeah.
It's more like for spiritual teachings, the spiritual word. And you know, it's a bit related. You take gospel and I say,
that will be a prelude to that program.
Yes, it will. It will. To wait once more, that was a I'm saying, Republic Kosovo has a befia. You don't know how to use media. Because he's in charge of your programs in ABBR.
That's right.
Yes. As we are growing, you know, I think you're taking a very good pace. I think you do more programs, bubble. So also will be our background idea. We are willing to work as a family. That's right.
Because
we've known ourselves a very long time from New Vision up to present day. So when I won't be picking your training free.
Oh yes.
Your former bosses are all for you end up Uncle George and Kenny.
That's right.
Yeah,
Oko.
Yes.
Last week we catch and said, oh, and then we back show us last week.
Oh, okay.
No, so I had a work a craman, and yes, I can also at least. Also, yeah, the pa.
Oh, I know. Oh, he's been very helpful, to be very honest with you. Oko has been very helpful because yes, setting up you go through challenges, kakra. But I can tell you, like on one, like calling for an advice in the BBR, Oko has been very, very, very helpful.
Oh, good.
To Savannah, once more, we'll say on behalf of the team, I'll say we are grateful and we are thankful. And in the beginning next week, start BBR.
That's right. Yep.
Now, yes, you motto there, and you can see holding on to the old fashioned journalism. You see, we're trying to deviate from the limelight or the mainstream media. And then there's so much unfiltered message out there, untruth message. Like media has caused a lot of problems, especially for political parties, because we preserve political and corporate interests.
That's right.
See, they're planning it as only. They need to be very unique. Because, and that's where a lot of people pick information from. Oh, radio, I can't know what they call. Either it is true or it's not true. They decided, so they be holding on to the old-fashioned journalism.
See,
we chase the truth against falsehood. Being
that's
political,
right.
being gospel, being spiritual teachings. In the fast spiritual teachings, we find a lot of attacks. Oh yeah. But I know that still we are moving. We are political shows, the same thing is happening. You greedy, what background, maybe I call us saying, yeah, it's all prompt here.
I think so. Saying, like you said, there's too much saturation with the news media and everybody's sending up news media. Fine. I mean, it's a good way of really disseminating information.
Yes.
But on the other hand, so it's like Ghana, a group, for instance. My only problem that I have is in the past we didn't have that many media houses. And why is the news? They know any GBC, what overcome paper and graphic and times. But she's saying. It's so much.
It is.
And the problem is, in some cases, the politicians have infiltrated the media. And so people have their own radio stations, then they so all they do is just kind of propagate that person.
Yes.
Whether truth or not, it's like whatever the person says, oh, that's the truth. And see, the saturation, people don't know which way to turn to. It's so hard. They say, oh, change news. We call Ghana sometimes. To be honest with you, I decided some days that I'm not going to listen to any radio station because how much time are we devoting to really think about our country in terms of development? But people are only insults. Nothing is just becoming too much.
It is.
Yeah. Too much, and there's so much work to be done. Oh, you don't know which channel are. When you go to now, often say, oh, this is authentic. Whatever you hear, and it's a balanced, truthful coverage. You say, look at the election, you can see, you see radio station funny figures for this party. If you say, those ordinary men and voters, which way are they going to tend to really have the real and sort of truthful news. That is the biggest problem here. To me, I first say it's getting to a point where they have to really limit the license in the crowd. But those who start there, they will say you are regulating by favoritism. But there are too many mushrooms radio stations and media houses say adults too much. And unfortunately, some people don't have the background. On Nanuti is very charismatic, is able to shout, talk. The next thing is on radio, and it's like, so you don't know who is really following the ethics. The ethics, that's one problem.
Oh, okay. Sabano, I know the say Yabaya Ikakra. I know say Ghana elections here. I mean, Ubia observe it, once observe it.
Yes.
Now, you perceive like me, you perceive a second views on one or two issues. I know say, as I said, and I know the way politics Nekakra. I'm sitting in the next 3 weeks, I'm sitting in Kosovo.
Oh, okay.
And so Asha. After elections, the idea is here. Just a quick summary. Let's put it this way. If you elections, okay, before you have an announcement, like you have a declaration, and NDC, according to NDC side, also receive concern. Receive concern, say, like bring the issue to the EC. So they have some concerns that EC have to address. Don't hold on to the declaration because those concerns, were going to have a substantial or significant impact on the results. And as I know, any figures or arithmetic there, it happens everywhere. So we share various messages from Afarijan. Recently, Probably Kasai. Afarijan said, it has happened several times at Big Rano. MVP4 have to bring their concern. No agreement, doesn't know how to pronounce it. But you see, the lady actually assured Ghanaians within 24 hours, so a coalition pronounce it. And no enter and change. And the NDC for person said, Mameno did not pay attention to concerns of Murizi. She went on within 48 hours, declare, projection, or declare results on the new patriotic party, which is Nana Akufo-Addo. And now, during that time, both parties were claiming, say, where's my winning, where's my winning. And I didn't know how could you say, I mean, you've seen it. Made a mean coming 3 times. Like corrections on my making or my site on them. And now some people have also challenged, say, even calculations in the program, I'll call it here. It's more than 100% based on figures, it doesn't add up. Now, I show inconsistency and incompetency. Some people are alluding, there's a motive behind it, like corrupt practices, what manifested. And then people say, that purposely to benefit the MPP party. Now, we share a normal LED tour. I cause a lot of demonstrations. Use rubber bullets, distractions about. I mean, it could be related to some market banning to some of what is happening. So at this point, one thing I perceive when he said, if anything happens in the country, you blaming Anna. And what do you also think about the independence of the EC? Or do you think the EC is being controlled by the ruling party? Because he breaking is about 3 topics, but not related to EC and ASEM.
Yes, first of all, I think the rush to really fulfill promise in 48 hours the results will be out. First of all, she couldn't make that 48 hours. People after so much noise, then she came out. I remember very well that night. I stayed late until around 1, 2 a.m. Nowhere a press conference be. On ground, it was just the media who were there, and there were questions being asked, and she couldn't even answer all the questions. At one point, I was even somehow disappointed to say, some question, or true question, man, one of her subordinates on answer to that question. And I felt she wasn't well prepared for that press conference. And she was under pressure, and Now, on intention, I would rather prefer for her to come out and say, look, even though we promise we want to do everything and then 48 hours come out. But unfortunately, in view of the way American, within the 48 hours, we can't really honor that 48 hours. And don't worry, give us time. We want to make sure when we come out, everything is one-time short results.
Okay.
Don't let me say that. But that wasn't the case. And so she came out and then declared. After that, another corrections upon corrections in terms of the mathematics of a figures. That alone, it definitely, we are all human beings. It will spark suspicion and a whole sort of which may be true or not. But you know, sir, this is not an easy sort of task. Coming out to declare a winner or a loser in such an election, especially this particular AA. She could have spent all the time, even so long as she's kept, say, or update publicly, say, BBOing, so far we've received, let's say, about 60% of the votes and now 40% or whatever the number. And this is where we are with it. But we're still working on it, so be assured. At least you calm everyone down, knowing, say, okay, she keep updating us, it's BBI in BBA.
Yes.
But when it, in the darkness, and all of a sudden come out, pa. Meanwhile, the NDC is claiming, say, they raised some objections, and those objections weren't attended to. All to hear the next declaration. In fact, I know either of the parties in me, say, the MPP, NDC, PPP, or CPP, any of the parties in the deciding to on Krana, unless I don't know who's going to say that they can't. Obviously, once you've raised an objection, there's a need for you to be heard. Because you are there. You are not there as a private entity. You are there to represent the parties and the work of the parties. And you are somehow, in a way, and you are the one who's handling the affairs. And see, for them to raise an objection, all of a sudden they weren't heard and then came up and then declared. That has caused the whole confusion. As you say, Ocean News for Ghana, people who have lost their lives, people wounded, and the whole sort of, now the Ghana police have been thrown into the center of everything. Maybe they feel they are doing their job. But at the end, they are being labeled, being stigmatized. The police is on the side of the ruling government. And it's so easy for one to believe that, even though it could not be true. But the actions and what is going on right now, and the denial, hearing from the party now who raised objection, that alone can lead to people believing that there is some partial somewhere. Now, the remaining parties now are contesting. My question is, so what is their stake? When say they are coming and say, Mama should concede. But are they saying, say, to them, one figure is near declare on just because they are not the strong opposition now? It's everything was correct, or in a way, and they also maybe might have been somewhere been deprived in a way. But unfortunately, they've all kept quiet, only coming out as a group to say, Mama should concede. The whole country now is in the big confusion. There will be any who to believe. But I think, to be honest with you, the EC needs to be really a little bit more accessible to the plight of the parties. Yes. Whatever they are saying, this is sort of a therapy. Psychological, let them vent, let them bring their objections, and sit down with them, go through it, and then if it doesn't resolve now, we all know the next thing in Ghana, you go to court. But if you are not listening to them, and I'm sure news, and they were going on a demonstration or a walk, whatever they term it, and they were deprived. According to the NDC on the news, Aaron Andrews said they notified the EC, said they were coming that day to present the petition. The police said no. They were stopped in a way, and it became a struggle. After that, in 2 days after, they say EC can say she wasn't notified. Say they were coming. So the question is, who am I going to believe? Why did you say we can't? What you can say? You can't. It's true. We don't know. We don't know, and they've thrown the whole bunch of Ghanaians right now in the limbo. We don't know which way to turn to.
Yeah, I understand you, Mr. Wano. But look, looking at the whole picture, say that me who are there. Say, look, me who know with two school of thoughts here. One, so we share the MPP for an MPP is being very defensive. MPP is being very defensive because they think they've won the elections. And therefore, they have to defend the legitimacy of the elections. Anybody in that position would have defended. But some people are also saying indeed, so if they won the election on a genuine grounds, why say my own register now? But he's in the super soldier gazette at the Navy. Something that has been gazetted here. That's the final result.
But in the midst of disputing, do you have to go out and gazette it?
That is why I also have a problem with the EC. So it's like, it's like I said, they are pushing the NDC to go to court. And it seems NDC is not willing to exhaust that avenue there. Because who said these are not legal issues. These are just recounting. Exactly. I say Kroma here, Wisconsin. My Trump counted it 3 times. Exactly. At one point, he paid almost $3 million. But what happened? Still, it came out so. Yes, one when those places not requested for 3 times in county man. So I mean, right now, I think that we're putting a security, any democracy, into a very tight corner. Now, the question I want to find out is, what do you think is going to be the next action of the NDC as a party? Because looking at it from your system now, it seems the NDC have a very limited option. And their demonstrations and so are like almost in various places now. What is your take on it? On the East, now for which Ghana police is so issue injunction. So banning from activities up to I think January. So let's
in terms of NDC, where to go next? Marty said, there was something on the news. They've declared their intentions. They're going to court. I think on Wednesday or so. Coming Wednesday, they will be going to court. I read something on Joy News. And they just said they will be going to court if the news carried by Joy is right here. I just said, court. Because on one-on-one basis, the EC is not giving them an opportunity to come and sit down and then bring their documents, and then everyone goes through. But before then, I have a big question with those foreign observers now. My question is, what is the description of why they were sent there? Because from what I see, all they come and observe and time I hear voting, the lines were all right, people will be in Chobi line go fine, will be in Bush, will be but the real deal answer with observation should be where the police won't begin at the counting place, the collation, and then the final stronghold, whatever they declare. Those are the places that these observers need to be at. But being an observer coming through and then your hotel or whatever being paid, and then you can only come and then observe lines, or line that kind of thing. I think in future we really have to reassess the use of foreign observers and then be giving a real prescription of what they need to be part of. The assets that they need to be given to really, so that they know that this how far we went to the end, and then this what we saw. So be someone PR. All they say is everything was free and fair. Free and fair. Meanwhile, there's a big dispute right now. You were supposed to be the referees in the way. Where were you guys? Where were you guys, the foreign observers?
Mr. Bano, let me come out with little opinion here. You see, check it on Mankasa, pay diplomatic standard. Also, they are not supposed to engage themselves in active politics as diplomats or foreign observers. They were there to observe the electoral processes and give a report. Okay. Yeah. So if you are being very honest with them, okay, you report not sure now. They didn't complain, and even per your own observation, they didn't complain about the electoral processes. No. During the polling stations, where they raised concern, say the coalition lack transparency. And now NDC is telling Ghanaians, say, pay your pink sheets are picking from all the various polling stations in the country. Your quality figures now are more than the demand and adult. Meaning you're swapping about the amount.
That's right.
That's a very dangerous thing.
Yeah, exactly.
At that point, we raise electoral integrity. Okay. Intina, you see a prayer echo yes, I declaration. We bring in work concern. But you see, I say, or almost only option be where the issue is concerned. So now I'm resorting to court system. You see, and only in Ghana, some year that way. Where I mean, who say problem can say, it's like, look, I think NDC is fighting a system, not just the EC.
Exactly.
We are fighting a system very difficult to penetrate. Because most of the independent bodies, they've been influenced. For Christian Council, will be exercising demonstration, speaking against. For Peace Council.
Right. Before you continue,
no, go ahead.
Those councils, Peace Council, Christian Council, they have really uplifted their usefulness. Seriously, may come without looking back.
Oh, but we need them too.
We need them, but the fact is, their purpose of existence and it's not become so questionable.
It is okay.
When things are going on, they sit back. After all said and done, and they come and then say, "Oh, peacefully, yes." I know they're not supposed to go and fight, but they need to put certain things in place also just to forestall the happiness of some of what we're witnessing today. And also be an ordinary person of Ghana, they'll tell you straight said, South Peace Council, they don't even recognize them anymore. People have lost confidence in them. And it's about time they sit down and then re-examine the whole their council and see where they're falling short. Because the masses are losing sort of trust and belief in them. It's too bad. People believe say they are also being partisan in a way. The answer, they can't even come out and say something. Nobody. I must say, like I keep saying, I will be repeating myself, that nobody knows which way to turn to right now. Now, you mentioned about the police upcoming. It's very sad when I heard Aaron and Drusu and some other people that day, they made some statements telling the police that this government is not going to be there forever, and so tomorrow it may be NDC in power. Psychologically, it means a lot in a way.
It does.
But how did we come to this point? Because the police now, nobody knows. I mean, yes, Obi can be a bada. The police doesn't have to step in. But the question people are asking is that people are making so much statements that could be termed threatening to some people's lives. And the police don't invite those people. So how come when someone says something, a journalist says something somewhere on the day, friend, bruh? So it's like we turn into a banana republic or somehow.
It's so much concern because I understand where you are coming from. I did miss me who say because I did see what touching my south and by next Ghana police, I investigate the issue.
Exactly.
Instead of individuals talking after, you see, almost coming out in this, they are there to maintain law and order. But you see, regulating people's freedom of speech, they are very dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Unless any party come here with certain inciting statements, I heard here, more right to step in. But you see, in as much as the police they try to be independent, they've been too pro-independent. They've been too pro-government agents. The government will change. It means
there's going to be
when government also change. It's like the police and independence is in question today. Because it's like they serve the government, they serve the party that is in power, the administration that is in power. They are not there to serve the citizens. Because we're all related to Adiomuye or touch my South. I watched the video. Now make me play video. So now there, Wakasa wo your observation ka krebine share sidia isiko kopa or honor. Okay, I have the video here. Yes, let me. What if any? Zabano, what is your take on this? Like, what you share video? How do you assess this?
This is a nation in crisis. A nation in crisis. Because the way the police were firing at the citizens openly. I mean, are we at war? Are we at war? After them saying we will be all snatchy the paper from EC official. Meaning to say uniforms, you can't even identify who is wearing the uniform. You don't know. Because, look, I've been around soldiers all throughout my lifetime because my former wife was in the military, an officer. And most of my friends have been other generals at the PE. And there, most of the time they come, baby. Me who say soldier for that much, not uniform. Except a few officers. But this case, time through this election, we see people wearing uniforms or you ask yourself, are they real soldiers or the real police? Oh, they are putting the whole security network into sort of disrepute. They say, I'm trying to hear. Within Omak before because near cost is dangerous.
It is.
Really dangerous. Election behind somebody wins, somebody loses.
Oh yeah, that's how elections.
Yes. Obi winning. Angela have Kruma say I'm Mr. because Jennifer Kruma ya na kase o mo wi election, o mo wi election. Me say what Africa go get. Who react when you had you was in here na whatever.
Hey Trump na.
Trump has no come. And don't I okasa I am Mr. say who in Africa go get real business for home. Oh, but this is sad because look, Ghana as a country in Africa, people looked up to us so much. So much. The last election, Amafuji said there was going to be big trouble with Ghana. The last election, 2016 election. That day now, Charles say here the declaration. In fact, that same night, me arrived at Kotoka. My way out to the parking lot, the APR, she came out and then made the announcement, declared Nana Akufo-Addo as the president at the time. But what is happening now is saying it is bringing so much, and it's eating deep into women families. You say families crash. You see the division in families in Quran. You won't even believe that. The police they should be careful. I keep saying, it will be Ghana. Our police services, the presidents, and when I say president, I'm not mentioning party A and now whatever. Whoever counts as the president, they should stop appointing IGPs.
Yes, you first have our normal legislation.
Yes.
I also agree with you.
They need to stop appointing IGPs. Every president who can, I don't care party A, B, or whatever, they have to stop. Because I didn't say people think say, appointee, and they said, if there's something wrong, that person will follow one is master's voice and now whatever. They need to stop the appointments of IGPs. They should stop. They come up with a new system. That old system I was saying is a cake. You have to stop it. Because it's bringing too much doubt in the minds of the people about the police networking. I must say police, even I'm sure that within themselves, because everyone see, they shouldn't be involved in politics. But they vote.
Yeah, they do.
How can someone vote without being a party, having a party in mind? Everyone who votes has a party in mind. You can never clear say, the police and the military to stay away from politics when you're letting them vote.
But you see, this is my issue. See, with Ghana Armed Forces, the GF, a highly respected institution.
Very much.
In all standard, what do you share when it
comes to UN peacekeeping at the crown? Ghana is very highly respected home.
But as I buy, Oma issue only one statement. But statement, they didn't actually speak into the event. All what they did was to hold on to a standard. They are known for their high professionalism, their integrity, and they are people of high dignity. This is what they were saying. Some people believe that investigate
yes,
a lot are alleging most of them are shisha uniform. vigilantes. They are not trained soldiers.
That is what I was asking.
Because Mr. Bano, when you back Ghana, now you fire a report about some update.
All right.
Maxi. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. How about?
Yes. Yeah, welcome you to.
Yeah, bro.
Yes. Yeah, welcome you to the show. EGH. Every Saturday, I broadcast live from here, from DN News Channel, from 4 to 6. When I'm saying you're deep into the time, Kakra.
Yeah, that's all I
Merry Christmas to you, Ghana for you.
Okay. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you and Merry Christmas to your listeners. So far, Ghana, what has happened on Moina Machibi? So, I say, Omo Marini no to me jubilate, Omo Malusi no to me soon. And it looks like everybody is in a standstill in the whole of the country. We are hoping, say, as declared by Electoral Commission, we're expecting there will be a swearing ceremony at the Independence Square, as we've been witnessing since Papa J's time, Rawlins's time. By this time, we are told by the transition team, they say it will happen inside the conference center, and that's what it is. But it's it's making people wonder why they change, and then the NDC people are also thinking that it's because Nana Akufo-Addo didn't win, so he's not so confident of himself being sworn in at an open place, that's the Independence Square, and that he wants to be in an enclosed place where he can be secured. So that's what is happening on the side of the transition team, But as we speak with you too, we are, as I speak with you now, we are even wondering whether NDC has majority in Parliament or MPP has majority in Parliament. And then MPP is proposing a Speaker of Parliament, NDC is doing the same. So leading political parties, they are not helping matters. Now we don't even know. They are saying, Formina MP, and they decide that either he goes to the left or he goes to the right.
They say he has already
Some are saying that they have majority, with or without. As I say,
Formina MP issue, the only way decide also he will rejoin MPP. But people are raising constitutional issues. Yes, yes, they are.
Formina MP is an MPP member, and then he went as an independent candidate.
Yes.
So his alliance with the MPP is not in doubt at all.
Yes.
Nobody doubts his alliance with the MPP. There was misunderstanding. Until he decided to go as an independent candidate, and then he eventually won. So, and our current parliament in the apart from NDC and MPP, there is no other political party. So, and it's either you belong to the majority or you belong to the minority. In parliament, there is no in between. So, for Formina MP being on the side of the MPP was expected. Our confusion is, is NDC having a majority or MPP has a majority, because there are some seats that, according to both MPP and NDC, is not been settled yet. They are mentioning Techiman, they are mentioning Sefi also, they are mentioning other constituencies. And according to both parties, not MPP, not NDC, both parties are saying it's not settled yet. To me, as an independent analyst, I think they are playing on our minds. MPP Fono and NDC Fono want to create the impression to their members and say they still have power in parliament. MPP doesn't want it to look like Nana Akufo-Addo is president, but doesn't have control in parliament. And NDC Fono want to create the impression to their members and say, okay, almost Akufo-Addo winning cry, we still have majority in parliament, so we'll still call the shot.
Yes.
Okay, so there's confusion and nobody's coming clear. Even if you call MPP people, their comments, doesn't sound that they resound like there was a resounding victory. They look like they are pulling back. I say, among shame, crying debris. And if you talk to the NDC people, they thought he's won and it's been stolen from them, and that they lost their guard, and then people have taken advantage of them. You see, so as I see, Ghana is so down, and this is not our Bronya every 4 years. Every 4 years in Ghana, having been in Ghana for so many years, if MPP wins, Christmas would have been MPP Christmas. MPP members would have been all over jubilating amidst Christmas. If it was an NDC victory, NDC people would have been all over. I mean, you cannot see anything. And nobody would tell you, say, it's because there's no money in Ghana. The way people are chilling, that's the same thing they are doing. But then if there was a clear victory, and I'll blame all this on the electoral commissioner.
Yes,
okay? All this misunderstanding.
Hold on, no. Unyamba, discussion, yes, see, you see no position I would take here. I don't want to disrespect it, but I see it as an arrogant posture. NDC for an opportunity.
Cool. It's not helping. The issue is not helping matters. You know, say, Yatuaba, majority and minority, they are even fighting over a single seat, the chairman. And the issue says, after a successful election, so they are going on recess. That's not cool.
Yeah, I saw the report.
It doesn't happen anywhere. It doesn't happen anywhere. Say, what you manage in a crown, your home so on the you say you are going on holiday, you are coming back in January 19th.
Yes.
What I say? And the poster of our current electoral commissioner is as if she's doing what she likes. We know that the electoral commission is autonomous or semi-autonomous, but we live in a society. We live in a country. The laws were made for the people, not the people for the law. Okay, so when Madame Jane Mason, when she was at the IE, Institute of Economic Affairs, she was advocating for political parties to be involved in a day-to-day because, my bro, the election in Ghana is either MPP or NDC. And that is it, final. You are electoral commissioner, you are a referee. You don't side with any of them. But when you make it look so obvious that you've taken entrenched position in anything that comes up, see, there are some issues that NDC brings it up. Sometimes I think that this woman should explain to them. Once they get the understanding, they will relax. But some frivolous and some then it looks like this woman, she can explain. I know Madame Jane Mason, she's so brilliant, only. But because she has bossy attitude there, sometimes as if she's not working for us, she's working for herself. And that is my worry. That is what is fueling the NDC for 1 year now. Now you can't even complain because NDC people are asking questions. This woman has the answer. She shows that I'm the commissioner. I've declared my results, so I don't owe anybody any answer. And that is wrong. You're working for us. You are not working at IEA. If you was IEA, nobody will come to the minister for answers. But you are at the Electoral Commission of Ghana. And there are issues with the work you did. You gave us 24 hours to declare results. You even issued a statement that you are going to announce the results at so and so time, only for pressmen to go to the conference center. And then there was nothing happening. Fiasco. And then you do a recorded message for us. The declaration of the results was done in the evening after 8. This woman said, "Good afternoon, Ghanaians."
How?
Go and look at the video. Just watch the video again. Watch the video. So then he flew into NDC for no argument, said the message was pre-recorded. She wanted to leave town because she knows she was going to rob the thing. We were going to rape for Nana Akufo-Addo and all. And these things, you don't even have to do things that a bit fuelly this suspicion. Already NDC and NPP, Opaka, Mamahama, MA Electoral Commission chairman. NPP people have issue. Even NDC people, his own people, don't have issue. Once you are a referee, nobody is going to pamper you because we are a referee. But be fair, at the end of the day, we had issue with Afarijan Salo. But at the end of the day, what's national share? We said, no, she did her best. She did her best. Oh, she did well. We are not going to say you're going to do 100%. But at least, let's see you made an effort to play a fair game. That's all. That's what everybody wants. That's all Ghanaians want. Ghana is peaceful. Nobody is fighting. Nobody is fighting. But people are not happy. And it's not good. It's denting the credibility of the Electoral Commission. It's not good. It may not be Madame Jameson there tomorrow. But whoever is coming there, what is the person coming to inherit? What's the whole? And it's not fair. It's not nice. See, now, and these people are complaining. Okay, and some of the things they are doing, it's not okay. Ghanaians are not happy. But what is our defense even as Ghanaians? How can we even condemn what the NDC people are doing? We can't. And this is also where we are. Electoral Commission, let's see what you have. Prove them wrong. So the whole Ghana can silence them. NDC, Mahama won 6 million votes. Ghana, we are over 30 million. Akufo-Addo won 6 million. So 6 plus 6 is 12. What about the rest of Ghanaians? We'll condemn them if they are wrong. But we are making it look like, Mamena and Camp or the BBC. So if NDC people, they throw in any allegation, and you are forced to swallow it hook, line, sinker, because the electoral commission has some name this year. Bro, you understand what I mean?
I understand. You're coming in with quick questions, okay? Now, you're talking about
Okay.
I know as an independent reporter, no, say na and the same things in it. You're observing media, I know some media need be so play very effective, efficient role. If I should put it that, if you should go by Paula Domotra, or say that media for you can put geo figures a free coalition center from MPP coalition center. Okay. The independence of the media, we are Juma Hunting and Mibusa our question, very, very important. But the media, no, irrespective of the challenges, someone your war resource and you think, sir, the media, some portion of the media were influenced?
The media man.
That's why I answered that question.
But there is some iota of truth in that allegation.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's look at it. For instance, personal media house yet, because one way or the other related to most of the media houses now condemn. But let's look at something like TV station A. I reported results wrong. Not TV station B. I reported the same results.
Yes.
Okay, creating the impression that we have reporters at Damongo, Sosola, Fufuso, NG, Asenkregwa, and they are taking the results from them. That wasn't the fact. That was not the fact. They were actually taking figures from a center, or Mufi said, credible for them, the media houses. So they were relying solely on those centers, like they were taking the results from those centers. Okay, but I won't say they were compromised. Okay, somewhere. But before some of them realized that the information they were taking from that so-called center and wasn't accurate, it was silly. Some of them are even declared for fraud. And for their credibility sake, I spoke with some of them. I speak day to day with them. Before they realized, and some of them were on air, they were being fed by producers. Before they realized that, NDC force they didn't do, NDC force, then you go and check. But then you are declared already. You have made pronouncement on air. Now your credibility is at stake. So some of them decided to go mute. Whatever they threw out there, let's see. Because coming back to retract, will affect their credibility.
Yeah, but you see, that is the problem, okay? That is the problem. There's some prideful nature or various institutions, from the executive, legislature to the media.
But money exchange hands. But those ones you can't confirm, bro.
I know you can't confirm, but you see, no. May switch the argument from the media, no. That's the same thing the EC is doing. EC is now trying to block accessibility to the opposition party. Okay? The same thing applies to the media. Omuye mistake in part, they don't want to admit. Yeah, there's a video, we mostly don't do that here. Minimse when you copy and I watch it. TV3, Assad the coalitions and omu quality figures. No. That TV3 reporter back was the MPP are gaining about 145 or 49 parliamentary seats. Up to date. Who said the guy hasn't come out to apologize? We say he changed.
And he wants Okansi.
Yes.
You know, be Alfred Okansi.
Yes, Alfred. Yes.
I know him. I'm on air, so I don't want to go personal. But those who know Alfred Okansi know him.
No, but
and we know him.
If assuming it's an MPP member mpo as obi a wo serve country there to mean report on things that you don't know to mean your projection based on
some of and the manner true at some of our media guys were so good for some of them that they couldn't resist it.
Come on,
so
to that extent, also credibility.
See, so some of them on carry and of me because we all know Ghana politics is not always that clean.
Yeah, it hasn't been clean anyway.
So if
Max,
some of them
Max, my question is on report or not reported in the media entity Nanksan. Why are they so Ambakaya? There's always in production news team they are the production. Why can't they come as a news station to refute and now to retract that statement now? Reporter no here on end. No, because almost individual
been in the media since
you can't just go on there and say
nobody will come.
No.
Even their media houses will not allow them.
That's what I'm saying. So then it makes people think then they are somehow in connection with what
who is even talking about the only lady who is talking about the bad reportage by say TV3 is Bridget Otu. Bridget is no more with TV3. She couldn't have said it if she was with TV3. Mm-hmm. She's only able to speak out because she's no more there. There are so many people at TV3, multimedia, despite media, who have issues with this kind of presentation they did. Mm-hmm. There were times where reporters on site were bringing results and it was conflicting with what they were taking.
Yeah.
But at the time, they had even projected that NBC had lost Bongo, which is Edward Bauer's constituency. They UTV published with their pictures of Edward Bauer on TV. Only for the next day, the main results came, and Edward Bauer had won.
Okay. Maxi,
they published that Felix Kwachoposi had won, only for Felix to. Me too.
Me say, Yansha and Yoma Bay Tubu and the first topic. We have 2 more topics to go. You are talking about East, you're talking about the media. No?
Okay.
Look, between me, Wo, and Obi observing what has happening during the election and after the elections. No? One thing I'm concluding on is that East, I show some inconsistency with the declaration. 2, Ebi must say it arises to the level of incompetency and corruption. Now, corruption, a man who believes or ulterior motive are not all yet to benefit a particular party, precisely MPP party. Okay, but NDC in this situation may act as a plaintiff. NDC hasn't come out with any issue. The question we want to find out from you, with observation as an independent reporter, close report, both from MPP and NDC, what TBB? And answer why observe BB and I won't be say. NDC is only capitalizing
from the camp of the NDC.
Yes, and even MPP in the crown. NDC is only capitalizing on the East inconsistency and already make a claim, which most people will call that a circumstantial evidence, even though the thing speaks for itself. Like, the East say you win a banana or my Jeffrey, and that's NDC for Casa, a put 2 coalition together. And almost who say indeed, more presidential votes now. Young farmer,
Yeah. I've been call MPP for no office for the MPP. When I went there, I didn't see much of maybe coalition or anything. I think it's because they feel they've won and they're okay. But on the NDC side, I went to the head office and I realized they were collating. I saw pin sheets all over. I even took pictures. I will send you on WhatsApp. You will see later. And then I went to JM's office in Cantonment. They're also collating it. Now, I spoke with some of them, how big anonymous, what they are saying, they have issues, genuine issues.
They do,
But being a reporter and having been in Ghana for how many years, the following elections all over, the errors we saw, or errors I saw from what the guy told me can best be described as administrative error. Because that was what the NDC used in 2012. Typical example, and they say, maybe 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 should be 4.
Yes. I read
Then
that.
1 + 1 + 1. Then at the total valid votes, no matter for 7. Okay. When they write the 7, your NDC agents have signed. They have appended their signatures.
Yeah, so
You see MPP are signed, NDC are signed.
It authenticates it. Okay, I got you.
Okay, so what I noticed from the NDC side, you know what they've done? They did some. I just kept some of their documents. Okay, so I just kept some of them. Say some on the e-shipping sheet, for instance, they have Nana Akufo-Addo has like 40,000 votes. Mahama has like 50,000 or 30,000 or less or what wrong. But when after the NDC have done their calculations wrong, then they try to compare it with what the EC has on its sheet. Okay, and most of them do not tally.
Oh, okay.
But then if it doesn't tally, fine. Now why doesn't it tally? Then go and look for why, Then that's where the 1 + 1 + 1, which is 3, no matter 6, comes in. So they've kind of categorized or more calculation or more issues to figures that do not tally. The only figures that do not tally. No rejected vote. And on the last minute, the issue brought something up. At the last, I think 2 or 3 days to election, there was no column for filling of those who use the MVP, the BVP, the biometric verification device, or the manual verification device, or the BVP, There should be a space and manually verify me, sure. On the e-shipping system, they provided, and there was no space for that. So at the last minute, they got some stamp. This stamp is such that each electoral commission on one side but there is a space to figure of those who were manually verified. And constituency like Tamale North, Tamale South, Tamale Central will be they didn't fill anything. I saw it. I saw it at the MPP headquarters. I saw it at the NDC headquarters. Okay, that one. What would you say? Meanwhile, your agent has signed.
Yeah, so Bebao.
So
you see, at the point both parties, agents, endorse the document, I authenticate pink sheet, and I'm what.
That's what I'm saying. The MPP and MDC, this thing happening, MPP office also complain about similar things. So at the end of it all, it boils down to training of your agent from day 1 to the 4th year. You don't wait till election year, they go and train people who cannot even write 1,020 in figures. They can't write it. On MPP pin sheet, it was on it. NDC, the same thing. So it's just that maybe this time the error went to the advantage of the MPP than the NDC.
Okay.
Because according to what NDC has, Mahama has won. According to what NDC has, Mahama has won. According to what MPP has, Nana has won.
I mean, how can that be possible?
They all have their figures.
You see, how can that be possible?
The MPP for NDC for no argument, and they said those errors now may not discuss it and wrong. If they should add those votes now because of those errors, they took from JM to JM's votes. Now he's going to win one touch. Okay. Now MPP partners are saying that from what they have, and then from all the pinches they have, Nana has won by that margin. Just that the figure the MPP people are presenting doesn't tally with what EC is presenting. It doesn't tally with what American Embassy is presenting. It doesn't tally with what British High Commission is presenting. And the CSOs are also presenting what tallies with EC. So there's confusion.
So, but then
you see that thing? And I thought this was EC, When I am a referee, this American embassy, US embassy, whatever, they were all observers. Some of them, they even come and they will come and ask an agent, how many people have voted so far, and they write on their paper, and they move. Okay. So if there's something to rely on, it's not from them. It should be from the EC. And she's not talking. Okay. Who is that person? Now you all of a sudden you become an NDC person because you are asking questions.
Yeah, it's very normal because OBBN where dear Kunyamana, Obesa will challenge the legitimacy of legitimacy on Tago as an anti. Because I almost am near that honor. And this has been my argument from day one. So we can't solely leave the affairs of the country in the hands of the politicians. It seems that civil society organizations are failure. A Christian council.
I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised at Jamesa. I've worked this man. We've worked with this woman in Ghana here. Me, I've been a journalist in Ghana since 2009. I've been practicing active. This woman will go for workshop at IE. This will be telling us how political parties should be involved in decision making because then the electoral commission is just a referee. The main actors are this. The main actors are NBC and NPP. And today, Auntie Jane, that's how I call her. You have opportunity to be there. And this is what this one is doing. She doesn't even want to listen at all to anybody. She was the one telling us. Wait, IE, I know if you recall, then IE Omonia Ghana about election. Omo organizing debate people. IE was organizing presidential debate and all. And Madame J. Mason was the engineer. So me, when Nana Akufo-Addo appointed me as his chef, I said, oh, wow. Now this woman is going to bring the electoral commission down to our level. And she was teaching us how to even do interview, how to you were working with IEA and Star Ghana. Star Ghana sponsors media houses who have innovative ideas about programs and all. We work with Star Ghana and IEA. Today, Auntie Jane has opportunity to prove what she's been telling us behind closed doors. She was always criticizing Afarijan. She was always criticizing Charlotte Osei for excluding political parties from decision making. Today, you have opportunity to do it. Change the thing. She's not. She's adamant. She won't even listen. See, she comes for a press conference. She speaks and not for a call. She won't even wait for questions. Now, Bossman Asai is the propaganda man. He will be taking charge. If you ask this man's question, you throw it out. Any question you ask Bossman Asai, already Jamesa has said what she wants to say. She's left. Yeah, but out of respect for the media, Bossman will not go. Or no better now, and he's not even going to answer any question. And one way the way you even respond, you feel embarrassed. So most media guys who are not bold enough don't even ask questions. We just listen to them, we go across. Yeah, but that is not cool. That is not good for Ghana's democracy. Okay, we call Ghana democracy. Ghana, everybody is looking at Ghana. Now Ghana's election is over. They've even announced transition team and all, but yet those who claim to have won can't jubilate. Those who have lost can't also cry. They claim they've won. Those who have won can't jubilate. And we, the bystanders, we don't even know who has won or who has lost. They were losing this or losing. They were winning so jubilating. No jubilating, so he's not jubilating. Then it fits into speculation that something fishy happened. Because we're all following the results. The results were coming. We were following the trend. And you see, I say, multimedia AJ report one. Almost story no. Now I'm say peace FM stories no. Maybe if I say multimedia, reporters now. If I say water no. No results about the it's likely say on multimedia no, NBC will show high because they're taking more of their results from water. Maybe out in maybe a UT. Maybe on some podcast they break your something or input now. What's that? You won't say they are multimedia, they won't say NBC. Out in UT, you won't say MPP with me, right? Be based on where they are getting their information from. This time wasn't like that. Hello.
YouTube, Max. How you too, pa?
So right now.
This time it wasn't like that. All of a sudden, media obviously now were reporting. I said there over TV station where 45.3%. 45.3. It never happened in Ghana before. We have followed election and it didn't see that. Say, what you need to TV3 depends on where TV3 or more reports if you know. The trend on TV3 will change, but at the end of it all, no, at the end of it all, no, or maybe they will arrive at the same conclusion. What I say, you know, ebia waging the other baby, no say, oh, imagine vote more, any asante more, oh, the idea is marginal, or the total maybe NDC has on the project. This time wasn't like that. All of a sudden, UTV, TV3, everybody was reporting and it was the same. You see the same.
You see,
and I'm like, no, it's not real. It's not.
Maxi, yeah, I'm putting it this way because I'm saying two more topics. A basic review and Sana Yamuako. Now there's also another member in the house and says secure on this review. Your summary on this, my and I used to know who Bruhaha there. You're looking at the position of the EC. Now we can confidently blame the EC. Say Okaho and Amasadi in Raba. At least call my NDC for opportunity to be heard. For all you know, there be issues raising, to you, no, it could have been frivolous claims. You can move it to this extent.
No.
Yes. Yeah. But also keeping up that posture.
For you know, credit for community.
That's the point. Or keeping up that posture, also. It tells people say, oh, be or hide it. Because right now this is the current state of the country.
Like there's something you are hiding. That's why
because why you're people to reach out to you, no, was me could leave, maybe like in 4 weeks. Look. You see, we say they are independent. They are independent because
you see a government institutions. Government institutions don't go on this long vac. And 24th, 25th is a holiday. 24th is not a holiday. So in any community, 24th is not a holiday in Ghana. 25th is holiday. And Monday is a holiday. Tuesday is not a holiday. How can you go on break? Especially as an electoral commissioner. What you might wire no crano and I must see a crony in our standstill. This is a time in Panka. Some break in the Panka, move a cash just for the sake of Ghana. Who would have applauded you?
Max, you're NDC for one position. To him, NDC, what I believe in say, so I'm so more claimer, they should be bold enough and make the public know. They should inform the various institutions.
Information I'm from the NDC camp, they say, I think maybe by next week, Tuesday or Wednesday, on the court, with whatever they've able to gather.
They want to go to court. Okay.
Yeah, they want to present, and then from the grapevine is also no. And what they told me from the grapevine is they want to go and present their case to the court of justice and the court of public opinion.
I know they are already doing it. Mass demonstrations and NNH. That's the meaning.
The court of public opinion, for the court, to me, they are not doing it well. What have they presented? Nothing.
Yeah,
rather than say, me.
Yes.
Show us with figures and facts. Okay, we are saying, and I bar saying, saying. Why are you saying it? You can't just say, because there was a press conference by NDC, coalition on TV, live TV.
That was
and the next time, NPP also did and the NPP did the same. NPP did this at the airport.
I watched it on Wednesday, Thursday. I did. But you see,
so I want
NDC being on the street, this is what I believe. So I'm so more claimer. If they've been able to tour the 275 constituencies in Ghana, the same way they can do power projection, no matter tabulative figures, by region. 16 regions.
They are claiming you say the media is not on their side.
No. Udi, if the media is not, Trump came to this country. Trump came here, the media wasn't on the side, but he succeeded.
The media doesn't need to be on anybody's side. I told them, the media doesn't need to.
Because people can't
tell us your story. Let's go and tell the people your story. That's all. We don't need to be on any side. Tell us what you know. They will go and tell the people.
Anyway, and looking at this from also this perspective. Now, there's been 2 videos.
Okay.
About ADAC Ghana. No, people believe a divided Ghana armed forces. Hala almost kun nipa our elections we the IGP statement to issue last 2 days after the elections. Also nipa 5 na na ewu. Afterwards, no 2 days later, another person so now he was hospitalized. I was touching my south. Also be county. Then find 6 in ewu. Sitting Ketia is saying 8 people. Other conflicting reports are saying 9 people have died. Uti. So I know what is the Ghana police doing about it? And how is the Ghana armed forces also taking it? Because so share report now, the only media house in your clear caption was Heads. Heads for video me. I didn't see the citizens even throwing stones at the military. And I heard demonstration citizens in the year and we see office, Kumasi officer. Almost rubber bullets. Almost use rubber bullets in some cases. Almost you see hot water to share the disperse demonstrators, But why I say teaching myself and Kwade, use live bullet. With aside showing of force, no more prove point to be to citizens
Police, their actions has also not helped. The Ghana police command why? Because in all this, the professionalism of our security agents, not just the police, matters most. Already one group no feel victimized. What I say?
Yes, they do.
If you have someone who is supposed to play a neutral role, taking side ahead. We saw police. This thing started even during the registration. So already, I said, going to this election, NDC for no feel victimized already. Maybe say, the soldier folk who border town just to prevent their people from registering and all. Okay, now NDC has issues, and you have police people guiding people to go and do things. I went to Bupe. I was there. Why is there air confusion? The police in here, they were there. They didn't do anything. But I understand because I'm a police for 4. Look at these guys, about 200 guys. But what about the issues now? Police could have taken action on the Somalian. Well, it looks like the politics side of our policing is overtaking the professionalism. That's how I see it now.
All right, so it means are there police for an orchestrated attempt? I mean, looking at the video, say I was surprised.
But what happened? What happened? If you call the police authorities and ask them, they'll tell you they don't even know those men. And the guys were in police uniform with police badge.
No. You can't say that.
Oh, my bro.
No.
I will send after talking to you. I will send you a picture. I'll send you a picture of a guy in police uniform, Ghana police, beard, and then earrings. The police people are saying he's not a police officer. The guy is in the police uniform, fully dressed police uniform, black. Now this police. The only thing is that he has beard and then he has earrings, and that may be strange.
Then why didn't they arrest that person? I didn't know why arrested anybody.
He came in a video, but having captured his picture in the video, I think police should be able to identify who is wearing their uniform. But you don't get my point.
No, I understand. So it means Oma infiltrated the police.
The guy was sitting in a police car. Yes, and even the military are also denying some of the things that we are claiming the military men did to our people.
Yeah, I read the report.
Journalists were brutalized. Yes, and the military men are denying deploying people to that place. So who was in the military uniform? And the police people, and this brings the Iowa West Ogo issue.
Yes.
The police are carrying 10 people there. Meanwhile, the guys were in police uniform, and they are in police vehicle. And it's happening again.
Yeah, the SWAT team. All right, Max. When
you see the guys coming, you bow. Hey, go up those guys.
After the aftermath of the elections, NDC for a couple of press conferences. Now I'm backing with mass action. We've seen demonstrations. Started be Oma ye be or northern part of Ghana, Takra, the EC office, Greater Accra, or Massa MPs now call match. And I who do me no Kumasan and so on Benny ties, even though man sell properties. Look, Oma Benny ties is Oma Ama Wayne in a SC. Now Ghana police say Oma placing injunction, Oma court akoji order from the court. Ban NDC for. I have the report here. Let me read some portion and find Oh, you see the report. Okay. Now that's what the report is saying. Me read it just one paragraph. That one that near call. I say in the matter between the Republic of Ghana, which is the Ghana Police Service, and the National Democratic Congress, and Kwabena Adekoka, the High Court under Justice Efreda Ami Denchi Mrs. has prohibited all NDC intended protests from Sunday 20th December 2020 to 10th January 2021. Meaning, you better your inauguration, you know. Almost place this sort of injunction. From me, may understand it, okay? Injunction there are grounds are called to me a give. When there is a pressing issue, court to me a granting injunction. Obey to me the injunction so by purposely say or compel say the prevailing condition call for that restraining order now. Obey to me the amount. Maybe I know man no more you get it out of hands. Court is in a position to do this. Now, what is the opposition taking this?
They are not happy.
Why?
But what the police is doing is also fueling into Sanimana NDC for no. Because some of these petty things NDC for say about where you man say you are going with it. NDC for someone says they are doing demonstration. Police are going to demonstration almost. Now police want to guard Ghanaians from demonstration. So how do we express ourselves? Yeah, I think the end or then I think the mass protest, peaceful protest, is a way of telling whichever authority your issue. Students demonstrate. At the level of students, and I demonstrate here, nothing bans anybody. Here's the case now. Police have gone to secure injunction. Police clash with NPP, MP. The whole members of parliament, no members of parliament working to the electoral committee. I saw the video. See how the police were manhandling them. Okay. It looks like our police now, they are doing more politics than professionalism. Really? So, and they are doing it using media men. That is what is happening in Ghana now. That is what is happening. Now the police. I don't want to mention it.
Don't mention anyone's name. There's no need. Right.
And and if I don't know if he's listening, he will know. My name is Mark, and he knows. They will tell you that when I'm church on Spencer police corner home. When I'm police for a bribe. So policeman will handle it because you're a journalist. I thought having your ID card identity says that you're a media man. Press a simple possibility. Now, police for some about that one in Ghana rather exposes you to attack by the police. That's how we got into. And I'm going to hear this before. People will not talk. Entity also go to. I'm going to say yo.
Unim, I said the same thing. Me say MPP for Unim because Ghana ain't one party state. You know. Say ne modi a two. It is a electoral outcome. Bear in mind, NDC will also come to power. And it won't happen to Nipa and a more fighter man or on any mouth. Innocent souls, you best sacrifice your more. This is the sad thing about
I don't know why you damage you for. You are setting a very bad precedent.
It is.
Very bad.
It is.
Very bad. And I'm looking at how 2020, 2024 is going to pan out. Because now, if Nana, as it stands now, he's the president. He has 4 years. Now, if it's within the NPP, you will see. We are going to warm up to the real side of Akufo-Addo. If after swearing in, you will see the real side of him. Yes. Yeah. And then we'll see the real side of NDC. Because we will see.
Let's not get into that aspect. Time will bring itself. Now you're looking into your last topic. Name say under the rest. There's been a very tough
Okay.
talk. I mean, certain powers are showing authority. We've heard Kennedy talking. I know so what's me bomb. I know so the what's that. Kennedy akasa, untumi akasa. But Florida tape will be bad now or two NDC for them. The revolution has come to stay. People, the KDR comes and go. The revolution has come.
What did I?
Okay.
That so the voice sound more like his voice.
Oh, okay. Okay, there's been a denial. So Ghana the AI is doctor. With the emphasis, and not nanche. I also listened to another report from one officer from the GF, Ghana Armed Forces. No, say, right now, no my air cost no. Soldier for now, you use you or mono. Any phobia use or more use guns against civilians. A divided officers between MPP and NDC. Some of them have even instructed their officers, senior officers, and they say, I'm the president in Kasa through the national security. Sadiana Kosovo, GAF and MP. The guy went to the extent of saying, says, Omar Hinia, a bit trigger. As at entrance, so we are audio be babonte. Say, Momma Tia. This audio. Yes, the guy was
That's how bad it has gotten.
Yes. The guy is
That's
also.
how bad the thing has gotten to.
Also, person said,
We have
looking at Sanoma winning every panel. Fine, you say use in action, a pushing Ghana democracy, but actually embedding it. But does that create a room for military intervention? Are they again where I am paying once in period?
No. I wouldn't go for military intervention. We know you hear a communal labor, a soldier. We Ghanaians and we have to sit up. And because if you have a situation where a senior military officer would in the car, around 37, then you have Land Cruiser fully loaded with MPP guys, now you're from national security. They pass, stop the man, pull him out, slap him in public, pick him up. They move their car and they go. The man reports that he comes to the news. As we speak, nothing has happened to whoever attacked him. The guys saying they were from Flagstaff House and they've been instructed. And now, a senior military officer embarrassed in public by party boys. Nothing has happened. You think they'll be happy?
No.
And we have cases where among the soldiers are there, Ako Galamsey site, and these are all public records. Among the soldiers are there, Ako Galamsey site, Ako Tutu, and you know what they do? They go to the Galamsey site with official Etruno and locally manufactured guns on them. So when they go, because they are in uniform, they fire because if they fire the official armor, they want to go back and report. So
yes,
they fire the locally manufactured guns. The people scatter. They go there. They go, they take everything, money, everything. They take everything. It's more like a lot. There's been instances where there's been clashes because now the boys realize these guys are not real soldiers. These guys are not real police. So they shoot and they shoot back. There's been cases, and it's all public knowledge. These are all public knowledge. Okay, so the security system now, they are not happy. And you can't say it. Your IGP is appointed by the state. They give you instructions. So with the rank and file of the military or a security service, and we have someone who comes, it's because he's a party boy, they give him Gota. I don't know how you know Gota, that security, that phone, that big Motorola. Because he's a party boy, they give it to them, and they are walking around in Land Cruiser with sirens, and they claim they are national security. And they are real national security operatives who have been employed for over 20 years who work. They don't even have task right. They are military men who have been denied positions and promotion because of sometimes their name. That's the reality. But
Maxi, now, last topic now you ever will see. Unim. I don't know about so better confirm me my Inisa Fuseni. Police for also CID so my invited. Prior to that, another gentleman in your fraternity.
Inusa Kuseni,
yeah, Inisa Fuseni, yeah. MP.
Wanko.
One time okay. And there was also an invitation by a gentleman called.
I was there. I was at the CID airport. I was there.
Oh, okay.
I was there with other reporters.
Oh, okay, but prior to that, so on say Omo invited another gentleman called Ohene Benny from Power FM. And so Cassettia Nanado.
Yes.
So you see certain incriminating statements. Yeah. But I think it's up to the police to come out of official charge. To me, speaking so much into it.
Yeah.
So arrest with any invitations. Do you guys from an independent reporter, do you think say Omo created some culture of silence be in the country and as a police is just being on top of their game?
The culture of silence by and they want to intimidate every independent minded journalist. They want to, that's the trend now. And if you don't fall for them, then you have to keep quiet. Those who can't fall for largesse, no more they are quiet. So you see, there are seasoned journalists who have always been consistent with their criticisms or praising of this government or that government. Now they are quiet. They are either eating, so their mouth is full, they are not able to talk, or they are afraid to talk because you either for them or you keep quiet. You can't be against it. That's the trend now. There are many journalists, reports now, they were feeding them from the NTP headquarters. There were some media houses saying, some of them knew that this report was fake. But then, open to me because your whole production team has been bought and you are part of it. And that is the sad part of me. Ghana. If you are in Ghana and you want to do the best thing, you can because the whole system is made up to create corruption. Okay? Or so once you want to stand out, you look like an odd one. They rather push you out because you are different, or you keep quiet and you look on, let them do their thing. If you don't want to join them, okay. There are so many journalists in Ghana. They are not able to talk. Where is Mr. Haruna? We are writing articles and articles upon articles against the NDP. The NDP is in power. We have Professor Marty, who was always criticizing John Dramani on even every little thing. Where is Professor Marty? He's alive. There are so many for Christian Council, Peace Council. We were always covering their press conferences, and it was always against the government. So we thought if there are some institutions that we have to rely on to put government on check, Christian Council, Presbyterian Council, Pentecost, and they are all quiet. And worse things are happening. In Ghana. They are not happy. You talk to them on a private, they will tell you, I'll talk to you. But this one, it will say what?
Off record.
Off the record. Once they say off record, it becomes Komokeke. You understand?
Oh, Max.
You can't be seen to be betraying the trust because it's sad,
No, it's not about we soldier. You have to be practicing democracy on this. We can't set bad precedents. And the setting bad precedents we will pay tomorrow. This is what I always say. If it is not right, it is not right. If it is right, it is right. Unim, on this note, me some investigation do. Now, one day I hope someone on the platform. Why not? We will. The good news is the next 3 weeks the next 3 weeks, programs manager taking leave. I may Saturday show. To me, no be continuously. I mean, I was going to remember Ghana.
NDC for Omaji Niema Ewo Apanho, and Nakupado Apanho. The other relaxed on the rules given them, or they didn't do at all, or pretended to be doing. And I have Omaje gate, I have for cheap traditional leaders as well. Omaje gate, Lexus, 5.7 liters, black, and Camry. Yeah, that can mean, my yeah, but that's I have Omaje V8. And it was like that. Wow, traditional area no influential. Me amount the.
What on him? We are. You had the American in your arm, but only my confirm breaking news in my nafi. If I was here, say NDC from war reliable source. NDC is jeering towards Ghana Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Very, very reliable source. No, NDC is likely to edge the court on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, okay.
Yes, on Wednesday, yes, NDC.
Nice.
So according to them, they've collected all the things that they have, and it doesn't tally with what they need to provide. So they're heading to court. And I also heard that their legal team will include Tachikata, Ona Akundazi, Marietta Buapia Opon, Eduji Tamaku, and then I think lawyer Samuel Kuju.
Kojoga Adauga. And these lawyers in the Munipan and darling guys. Kojoga Adauga, Oni Ajitamaklu.
Kojoga Adaudu, and
so soft spoken person. Anyway, Maxi, you know what's saying you married to Maza, who me Ghana and Chakra. Why? Sure.
I can't wait to see you.
Yeah, I'll see you. Joe Chia, you saw my rocking saw my man, but that's a pound so. Sure, thank you. Bye. Sabano, and then say, I chow Ghana Hodder, Kosovo, the dear time super from 4 to 6 per not all packet. A lot has been said. No man can no be confirm me be. You see, only whatever that has happened, I think only politics is a game. From what you are seeing, the role of the media, the role of the EC, and post-election events, how the security agencies are handling it. You saw an independent reporter, but such as a move project, he said they are all in favor of the ruling government, which is very dangerous. The GFL's statement on Beso Motel was some confidential conversations between police for the tools. The confirming statement that got to know be a Johnny Beard. Oh, say you infiltrate security forces with these vigilantes and Fagan and Kobe. They end up being burdened to the country. La Côte d'Ivoire. Alassane Ouattara recruited for the grass system. Ghana said, or attending inauguration ceremony. No, they were marching on the street. So we demanded flat. One man, we are. You better destabilize the country. Look, the professionalism of Ghana police and the armed forces, but I'm person come one SMP because someone knows how man, it's not them. Yeah, but you see, it's how bad precedent now that was said. Soldiers, it will be a live bullet. I think say the GF coming out. Because since 92, man, I'm catching for 2 inches sound behind you. So what we are seeing, it's not different from what we saw in 66, 79, 81, including that of a champion coup.
Well, I just at one point in even wearing that military uniform, your friend OG, olive green, I don't friend OG, was banned. Then she said, "No, I'm for she nam crew Ghana." Green uniform now, camouflaging. I'm ready to form friend OG, that is olive green.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm not for sure from this time. Now the given time, look at the whole thing. Look, if you're really trying to track certain events, that could lead you to maybe somehow believe Serbia. What people are saying said this is why Malaysia police areas, soldiers now. I also case nearby. We saw people wearing certain uniforms. In the end, police came out to deny and said they were wearing policemen. We saw police cars, actual GP. When they said those who were using that car wearing policemen. But then now, you see, when issues happen now, then it ends there. There's no follow-up. Like Max reckons, he's saying Ghana journalism, rather, either for fear or people are lining their pockets. There's 2 things. I'm actually saying people are not there eagerly to go out and then find and do investigation. Because if you go certain places, you'll be deprived in the end, one year, You can just walk into a police station and say, "Oh, call PR or commission assembly." It's becoming dangerous every day, and the politicization of military and security forces, and that alone is a dangerous game. Dangerous game. People the anger be shown. Police need no genuine. She said, when it's in danger now, it's hard for the public to even go to their behalf or even give information to them, because individual and the way the country has been divided into these two major parties. Sebi obi bibi so an area cry officer police and the police belongs to a party for them to give information that will lead to a change now. It's not happening, and it's so dangerous for us. So much dangerous for the country.
The last thing they want to do is to divide the army. Because, yes, and they should not push them to that extent. Because it's a matter of conscience. Almost GF who say, and surround integrity that. Yes, I also pay who divide you, but it means you are creating a faction against government forces. Exactly. And then they are pricing this annual money ban. So the woundness, investigating as soon as possible. Now you jam GF now, investigate your money. I'm telling you. Exactly. Because there's been several instances where police now investigating and they couldn't get to the conclusion of it. No. And the certain said Ghana, what if I was asking me, they didn't prosecute them. Charge it to same way to committee more nothing happened. Say trans society in year, yes sir, it's not helping. Because you see, one way or the other they also creating one party system. And that they don't know the danger of that. Say my system choosily this my idea. Then one more the system switch to the other side. The back of banners or so unco be then it means your campaign in a rally irrelevant. Look, NDC, they have saying this some money about in the they should go to court. Now if you almost tested the Ghana court, by first making Ghanaians know the math, this is the math. The more corners a court and they say who's a court, you need to be trusted. As a democratic institution, so the more some fail to address more challenges, then it means society as a one penny.
But the other danger part of it is if the remaining parties, so the number of parties crying every 4 years you have to compete in the other thing is just too much. If they also come out and say, well, there's a complaint by a party about the elections now, we are all asking for a genuine investigation to allegations, so that actually be a fire one. But I think I said, it's you go and fight your own battle. Meanwhile, this one party is fighting for the system change, and so for them pay. But when now they fire home, because now behind the system, even some of the two big parties in somehow they either give money to those little parties now. They just come around every 4 years and just to create take votes from either side. Until when there's anything in here, a real national call for change now, they all stay back. For my transit, I wanted to come out. NDC, as you can see, for the interest of the country. Obi up a peace for Ghana. Obi up a peace. But if there's a system that we think is not leading us to anywhere now, has to be changed now. It has to be a clear call from everyone to be on one accord for a change, so that we will all enjoy the benefit of whoever wins the election genuinely at a given time.
Sabano, and then really better was it's been very helpful. Next week Sunday, so I was here share about so next week Sunday. So that note to them exactly 6-7. You be and the issue so our hand.
Good evening, my people. Charlie, what is happening? We must not take it as if it's a joke. The NDC is up to something. We all know Lieutenant Kenneth Bevrolati. Well, I joined at the time he was asked to proceed on leave. But I heard a lot about him. That man, and he leading this thing, please, we must be very careful. And some of these Air Force guys who left the army and they are with Mahama. Bebe is one. That guy was seen in the barracks today. well, we can't stop him from coming to the barracks, but looking at the situation currently, in fact, when these guys are trooping the barracks, we must be careful. Our intelligent people must be up and doing. They should monitor this guy, because from a source today, he came to Air Force Junior Ranks Mess. While my guy was there, the guy monitored him. Looking at him, he was like, he was not happy, making some calls here and there, but the guy could not get close to him to know what actually the calls are about. Later, the guy to enter, when he came back, he couldn't see him. So he didn't know whether he left the barracks or he entered any of the main barracks or wherever. Please, they are mobilizing people. They want to convince the young ones. They want to convince the young ones to believe that, yes, the election, they have won. And by so doing, they will try to create some impression that there's division in the military. So please, we must be up and doing. Today, I tried to make some calls. I tried to call some people to inform them so that at least they can also send it up. And I think I've done that. So please, let us be up and doing. Bevolate is not a man to just take for granted. Let's not forget that Major General Adeti is also behind this thing. Even though we are not seeing him at the front line, but he is behind it. So please, this one, let us do something about it. The earlier, the better. Thank you.
I have a lot of information. Will burn all your houses. With all due respect, I'll give the command. You see what is happening? Mahama, try anywhere.
Certain politicians, people are there because of their merit, not appointed by politicians, and they work and serve well. Look at our security agencies, puppets of the ruling party, ruling government. And so they are not able to open their mouth, even arrest thieves who ride public cars and are fed by the state. People who earn more and better, well salary, and fringe benefits, occupying official houses with chauffeur-driven cars. Benefits come in thousands. They steal the most in the country. Go around the prisons when we go to give communion and pray for them. Some remand for years, and yet those who openly steal and plunder walk our streets. What kind of society is this?
I want to salute my Director of Operations, Colonel Retired Bengulo Latte. I am inspired this afternoon. Elections are won at the polling station, not in the collation room. Collation rooms are basically collation centers. They are basically to collate results. Put figures together. It's simple arithmetic. Collation centers do not have original jurisdiction to manufacture figures. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to challenge results, you challenge results at the polling station. You cannot go and challenge the result at the collation center when there was no indication of a challenge at the polling station. No gun can install a president in this country. I repeat, no gun can install a president in this country. What we agreed in 1992 was to put the guns behind us and go for democracy. We are going to rise up and protect this country, protect our democracy, protect the constitution. Madam Jane Mensah, do what is right, and the country remain peaceful. We are not going to accept any fraud results announced by anybody. It is very clear that if you collect and you provide evidence step by step from polling station to polling station for the 38,000 plus polling stations, and the results are clear, you won't have any problem with anybody. If you mention any figure without justification, I'm sure you will just be throwing this country into the dark. And God forbid, we don't want to go back there. We've been there before, and we will not go back there. Madam Jane Mensah, help us not to go back into darkness. God bless our country, Ghana. Thank you.
Look, these kind of tough talks in it, Sabano, say na mimi huno. I think say what your democracy no.
Added all those votes in that constituency to the votes of the presidential candidate of the National Democratic Congress, it will not make any difference. Soon after that, the Electoral Commission came to us and said, "Oh, we are very sorry. We forgot to add the votes from another constituency." So, please. So, the question is, if you add the total votes in these two constituencies to President John Dramani Mahama, would that change anything? That's the question. The question is, or the supposition is, that in its own declaration, he told us that, oh, but if the votes that what happened in other countries leading to war turns into insignificance if you compare that to what is happening in Ghana today. And that is why our political leaders have to be sensible. And that is why our political leaders have to watch their mouth and what they say. Over the last 1 week, I've been thoroughly disgusted by statements attributed to senior political figures in our country. I have sat on television and watched prominent politicians threatening to burn down the house of Mr. Gbevlo Latte, Lieutenant Colonel Gbevlo Latte, former head of national security, and threatening to burn him to ashes, and threatening to burn former President John Dramani Mahama alive. Where in this world would these statements be tolerated except in banana republics? I cannot believe it. That in Ghana today, people can sit on television and claim and proclaim that they will burn a former president alive and that they have surveyed and know where his house is. They can tell the Glorate that we know your house is in East Legon. We know where it is. We'll burn it down and so on. And nothing happens. What kind of country are we building? Is this the kind of country that Kwame Nkrumah fought for? No. And I've heard another leading politician sitting on.
What's wrong, sir?
Anyway, Mr. Bano, we say we are TV. So at this point, we ask ourselves as a nation, where are we heading towards?
Exactly.
Yeah, because
I mean, at the end of the day, they say when two elephants fight now, it's the grander surface. But with what is going on with COVID, it affecting the educational system. There are serious things that we need to be thinking about. But politics now has taken over everything that we should be thinking about, putting at the back balance in those issues, and then rather look at what is going on.
It's sad. It's sad. You see, I think the state institutions should be very, very independent.
Yes.
And as much as inviting Governor Kennedy should also be invited. There is nothing wrong.
Look, when this weekend I read somebody said something. I think the NDC MP Kamali came out and said he's been invited by the regional CID commander, whatever.
Oh, Harun Edrusu.
Report. Then when I read it, I said, now, listen, this is foolishness in the sense that no, people don't have the right to speak their minds. If this guy says something that Mama should concede, he should also, declare himself the president for a parallel government now. Doesn't mean he has installed Mama as the president for him to be invited. Then somebody wrote something replied to me that, oh, you can't believe I said that. And I'm like, so where lies the democracy now? Where lies the democracy? You make one statement, the police commander at Tamale or Kumasi or whatever can just invite you, come and clarify what he's saying. Meanwhile, somebody's making the plain sort of threats.
No, there's a lot of selective policing and selective prosecutions in
and
Ghana.
nothing has been heard till
careful.
today. That's why I keep saying that position of the IGP we need to stop the appointment by IGP.
The
by
main source of your problem, that's what you are saying, it's coming from your constitution. No?
Yes.
Yeah, Ghana constitution.
As for the constitution of Ghana, it needs a serious. They have to put everything, dismantle and rewrite everything.
Oh yeah, because if you allow the commander-in-chief to appoint the IGP, appoint the CGS, appoint the army commander, the naval commander, the air force commander, what do you expect? Oh, their job is on the line.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what we are saying. It's been manifest. Even back in Kasabian, you can be a next web. They build the society on that level. Culture of impunity must come to an end. John, or see where are we going? It's only heaven that knows where we are heading to. There goes Ghana, a stable country. You to me practicing democracy on the whims of lies, hypocrisy, and psychopaths. Okay, democratic society be thriving very well on rule of law and on principle. See, equality before the law, no matter who you are. On this note, Minjina Kwawe, so I end up with the said, so which we carry home. So, the Face the Nation GH. So, the spiritual word ever bro from 4 to 6. Not Monday to Thursday, so the Face the Nation GH abroad. Subsequent week, which is coming next week, Sunday, Mr. Barnabas started the Dear Gospel. And then on the kind of my show, near call Ghana, so the independent reporter and so view about whatever that is happening. So you can see, you're talking about NDC reaction after the post-election, the media, civil society organizations. You're talking about religious bodies, so you really focus on the Ghana police and the Ghana armed forces. We are talking about police invitation. Have to do with Unisa Fuseni or Henry Babenian. I heard someone say some crime for I wish him speedy recovery. The health of every individual is more important than the police invitation. On getting healed. No, we are on follow up with the police. And that will be the answer.